can use compounds from plants to make medicine or poison for use in new weapons and equipment. Take a look at the plants list on your iDroid to see which ones we need. Then go find them if you get the chance. It'll keep the staff happy too.
Marker placed.
Yeah.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Yeah. Start by heading for Calais. Check your map for the location. The target is camped out in that village, dressed as an ordinary soldier.
Guard post captured. Extraction failed.
You gonna extract him? Those materials have already been processed. It may not be much, but we can use them straight away if you bring them back to base.
You have arrived at your destination.
Golden Crescent. It's a type of medicinal plant. We can use that to make tranquilizer rounds more potent.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
too. Roger that. You arrived at the objective. Your target should be somewhere in that outpost.
Extraction.
Don't forget, he has a Spetsnaz recon detail with him. Keep your guard up. Those are raw diamonds. Collecting them as assets will raise our GMP.
You have arrived at your destination.
Это Зоя 4. Враг ушел. Начинаю поиск. Прием. Это КП. Понял. Они не могли уйти далеко. Будьте бдительны. Конец связи. Штаб. Это КП. Понадеялся огонь.
Looks like the enemy's lost sight of you.
Но потеряли
They're
врага.
gonna try to hunt you down.
Остается поблизости. Соблюдайте осторожность. Прием.
subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Капета, Зоя 4. Никаких признаков врага. Отзываем поиск. Прием. Это КП, понял. Будьте наготове. Конец связи.
The enemy's given up their search for you. But they're not giving the all-clear just yet. Stay alert.
Extraction failed.
too. Roger that. and surveillance cameras in the outpost. But of course, the enemy will realize something's up. If you're gonna do it, be quick. That's a military four-wheel drive.
Outpost captured.
He's coming too. Roger that. It'll be dawn soon. Your surroundings will be easier to see, but that goes for the enemy as well. Guard detail in Soviet outpost changes in the morning too. Watch yourself.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Exfiltration.
Alright, you're out of the hot zone.
Development.
No enemy forces in pursuit. Mission complete.
Development project has been added.
Mission complete. Great work. How you feeling, boss? Getting used to being in the field again? Having choppers and horse at your disposal is indispensable for operating in the wilds of Afghanistan. I've gone ahead and arranged for you to be able to develop and customize weaponry for support choppers. And you can also develop new equipment for D-Horse if you like. Use your iDroid to start development as needed. Remember the guys you brought back from the base in Cuba 9 years ago? Believe it or not, some of them survived that hell we went through. Word reached them that Big Boss is back and they want it in. They're good men. Our brothers in fate. They'll be glad to know you've seen them here.
Side ops list
The
updated.
side ops list is comprised of problems we need you to resolve, objectives to be completed, and information gained from the soldiers and prisoners you've extracted. These aren't missions per se, but if you can take care of them when you're free, I'd appreciate it.
Marker placed. Destination.
Wormwood, also known as absinthium. That's used to make your phantom cigars.
Marker placed. Extraction arrived in the base.
Black carrot. Something of an ancestor to the domestic carrot. It's also a favorite of wild animals. A portable toilet. If you're gonna hide inside, watch the enemy doesn't decide to use it. Same goes for hiding downed enemies in it.
Guard post captured. Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Specialist. His role is to translate information related to the West into Russian. If we can get him to join us, we'll have the upper hand in information warfare. Find this language specialist and extract him. That's the target.
Please specify a project. Please select a drop point. Supplies requested. Supply drop complete. Please specify a project. 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 Select unit. Staff assigned. Select unit. Staff assigned. Development project has been added. Select unit. Staff assigned. Select unit. Staff assigned. Select unit. Select unit. Staff assigned. assigned. Please specify a project. Please select a drop point. Supplies requested. Supply drop complete. Please specify a project. Please specify a project.
So a sandstorm coming in. Sandstorms effectively make you blind and deaf, but that goes for the enemy too. Use the situation to your advantage.
Please specify a project. Please select supplies requested. Supply drop complete. Please specify a project. Please sell supplies requested. Please specify a project. Supply drop complete. Marker placed. Marker removed. Marker play. Marker removed. Please select a drop point. Supplies requested. Supply drop complete. Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Unit function added.
Boss, that language specialist you extracted has been very cooperative. His only string to living with free life from the folks in the West. What are the odds, huh? I've got to have him placed him in the support unit. He's from this Russian interpretation. Now you know what Soviet soldiers are saying. You can even interrogate them. Should give you an edge in the mission. Golden Crescent. It's a type of medicinal plant. We can use that to make tranquilizer rounds more potent.
Extraction arrived at the base. Marker removed.
extract him.
Я нашел повреждение! Путин!
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Sun will set shortly. Analysis complete.
Найди их. Конец связи.
Искать сектор! Двигайтесь!
Analysis complete.
КП, это злой один. Мы осмотрели сектор, ничего не нашли. Отзываем поиск. Прием. Это КП, понял. Не расслабляйтесь. Они еще могут быть рядом. Конец связи.
The enemy's given up their search for you, but they're not giving the all clear just yet. Stay alert.
КП, это злой два. На нас напали. Похоже, это отряд.
Analysis complete.
Это КП, понял. Будьте начеку. Выкрути врага. Конец связи.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Outpost captured.
field. Truth is, an environmental NGO has asked us to remove wild animals from combat zones. If you have the time, can you extract some back here? There's a reward in it for us.
Analysis complete.
Medicinal plant. It contains trace amounts of benzodiazepine derivative that's the active ingredient in pentazimine. He's coming too. Roger that. You gotta extract him.
Extraction arrived at the base. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
связи! Где он прячется?
Guard post captured.
Attach the Fulton recovery device to him. The chopper will then pick him up. A Fulton extraction success rate depends on factors like the individual's health and the weather. If he's on the brink of death, it's hard to say whether he'll survive a Fulton extraction. If you have to extract someone who's on the verge of death, you better use the chopper. But if you're gonna carry them, put them to sleep first. You won't get far if you have to fight them every step. Around. With the local residents gone, they've gone back to the wild.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Boss, get down. The enemy's slow. Crawl along the ground. That should enable you to sneak past enemies. Lost sight of you. They're gonna try to hunt you down.
Marker placed. Marker placed. Analysis.
That's the target.
Side-op completed.
He's
Extraction.
coming too. Roger that.
Base. Please select a mission.
Что это?
Mission accepted. The map has been updated.
Лучше проверить. Там много. Понял.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
Что? Ау, в порядке?
You gotta extract him. Subject on board. Leave the rest to us. He's coming too. Roger that.
You were hospitalized in Dikelia, a British sovereign base area on Cyprus. It's part of British overseas territory that falls outside of Cypriot jurisdiction. You got moved from Cuba's Little America right into Cyprus's Little Britain. Why Dikelia? The UK and the US remain close allies. The last place Cypher would think to look for you is inside their own system. That's what kept you safe in British military hospital for 9 years. The safest place from a whale is inside its own belly. You were a regular Geppetto.
Well, it wasn't Pinocchio who led me out to safety. So who was that guy?
Cypher went so far as to attack British territory, burning their own ally. That's how badly they wanted you dead.
He said I was in a British military hospital. But the doctor had a Greek accent.
They hire locally. Easier to trust them. Dikelia is also home to Greek Cypriots, after all.
What about the Turks? They haven't returned to the south.
Not yet. The Cyprus dispute is still a long way from results. The country is just as split as it was in '74. Turkish Cypriots in the north, Greek Cypriots in the south. Between them, the Green Line, the UN established.
And Dikelia sits right on top of it.
It does. Part of the buffer zone between the two groups. Another reason it's the perfect place to hide you. Easy to spot any outsiders snooping around.
So how do things stand?
Last year, the Turks declared that the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus is an independent state. though it's only Turkey that recognizes it. In the past, the Greeks and Turks lived side by side in the same villages. There are reasons to fight. Those came from the outside. Greece, Turkey, Britain, America, they all had their own stake in pitting the two sides against each other. But once you spark something like this, it's impossible to control. Both sides build up grudges like death, without the foresight to see that each act of revenge just fans the flames, and then it's too late for other nations to rush in with peace talks. The embers keep on smoldering. Each nation's arrogance only breeds anarchy. The world is paralyzed by this hunger for revenge. Cyprus is no different. You're up.
We're changing ships.
We can go sailing the Suez in a whaler.
The Suez Canal. When did they reopen it?
Not long after you were attacked. Once they finished sweeping it for mines after the Arab-Israeli conflict. Can you stand? We're going to transfer to a container ship for passage through the Suez. Our destination is Pakistan, Afghanistan's neighbor to the south. There we disembark and head via Peshawar to the Zero Line, the border. We'll travel to the Khyber Pass by road.
And then?
Continue on horseback. Afghanistan's main roads are under Soviet control. We'll need to go around them. It'll be all narrow, winding paths through the mountains. We'll do better on horseback. It's a local guerrilla tactic. They use the higher ridges to avoid air recons, then they charge down the mountains for ambushes. The Soviets still haven't devised a counter-strategy. Our time frame is only half as much as we really need. It'll be a tough march.
Better horses than boats.
Well, it'll make for good physiotherapy. Take the time to get used to that new arm.
While the Soviets have indicated they are not participating in the Los Angeles Olympics, primarily because the United States has made no attempt to guarantee the safety of the Soviet Union's athletes, the United States is increasingly demonstrating the belief that the issue has nothing to do with its preparations, and in fact this is retaliation for the Western nations' boycott of the previous Moscow Olympics. That concludes today's news.
That's quite some news.
The Soviet Union not attending the LA Olympics? Yeah. Andropov's death has changed them.
That wild dog pop. He's a tough little guy. Boss, this is no time to be playing with animals. What are you gonna do, boss?
Development project has been added.
Boss, you need to disable the Soviets' reinforcement system by putting a hole in their base-to-base comms network. Head for the Eastern Communications Post and destroy its comms equipment. First, use the binoculars to locate the communications equipment at the facility. That wild dog pop. He's a tough little guy. Boss, this is no time to be playing with animals. What are you gonna do, boss? What's gotten into you?
The map has been updated.
Roger that. We'll pick him up.
Extraction arrived at the base. Analysis complete.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Guard post captured.
You gotta extract him.
Extraction arrived at the base. Analysis complete. You have arrived at your destination. You have arrived at your destination. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Outpost captured. been updated. Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Exfiltrated off.
You're out of the hot zone. No enemy forces in pursuit. Mission complete. Mission complete. Great work. Our army is growing like crazy thanks to you, boss. In fact, it's getting downright crowded around here. To bring a greater number of people on board, we'll need to expand our facilities. To that end, I've created a base development unit. It has two roles, material refinement and platform construction. I'll start with the material refinement part. The base development unit procures material resources on a regular basis according to its level. The materials are stored in containers and placed on the deck of Mother Base. Once they're finished being processed, they can finally be put to use. By using these materials to build new platforms, we'll be able to add a greater number of staff to our ranks. We don't need any specific instructions from you to refine the materials, but I want you to be the one to decide how we construct platforms. Once we have sufficient GMP and the required material resources, you can issue construction orders from your iDroid. Time in the field is bad for the body and mind. I think it's time you took a break. Do it for me. Come back to Mother Base ASAP.
Dog you brought back. Bit of a troublemaker. Not sure about the breed, though. He'll get bigger? Uh-huh. Like this. You know, I can look after him. still a pup, so he doesn't listen. I have a feeling someday he'll be useful. I suspect you've discovered a real diamond in the rough. With a little polish, I say we got a true diamond dog on our hands.
Eating, right? Hostile raising hounds. Fine.
Come on, Dee.
Commencing platform construction.
Nice. Let us know.
Please specify a project.
Lost that puppy you saved? He's family now.
Staff assigned. Staff assigned. Staff assigned. Please specify a project.
Thank you for letting me join the ranks, boss. I won't let you down.
Please select supplies requested. Supply drop complete. Please specify a project.
What's up, boss?
Please specify a project. Please hold supplies requested. Supply drop complete. Please specify a project. Please specify a project. Please specify a project. Please hold supplies requested. Supply drop complete. Select unit. Staff assigned.
Up early, huh, boss?
Please select a mission. Development project has been added. Development project has been added.
You were hospitalized in Decalia. Miller told me about what happened in the Caribbean 9 years ago. You do remember Miller. You formed a private army with him. An army with no allegiance to a nation.
I remember, but
I see. You're not sure what's fact and what's a fantasy caused by the coma. It's still all a mess, huh? All I can do is tell you the facts as they were told to me. I've gone easy on you up until now, but this is where the hard stuff begins. 1974, the year before you entered your coma. You were in Colombia, operating with a small unit of men, basically mercenaries. Miller was among them. Miller was trying to find a way to turn his and your talents into a line of work. He was looking to start a business where you would fight on behalf of others around the world, those who needed military force. The reality was, at that time, you didn't have enough gear to equip your own men. Then Miller came across this client. It was a huge job he was offering, but you had a shot at pulling it off. You accepted it and headed into Costa Rica. The client even threw in an offshore facility in the Caribbean. The mother base, that would be your new base of operations. Miller sure did have a head for business. As your mission went on, your unit grew and grew. More weapons, more money. Before you knew it, you were commanding 300 men. As the organization got bigger, your military powers swelled to match. It got so the international community couldn't afford to ignore you. You were just too damn successful for your own good. You, your men, had worn out your welcome. Everyone was out for you. East, West, First World, Third. It was only a matter of time before someone took you down. And that was XOF. Officially, they're an anti-terror unit under the CIA. In reality, they're Cyber's private strike force. They lured you to Cuba using Chico, the Nicaraguan revolutionary kid, and Paz, a mole who worked for Cyber as bait. While you were gone, XOF, posing as a nuclear inspection team, stormed Mother Base. At the same time, C4 they placed on the strut legs went off. The whole thing went down in minutes. XOF. Kisses and hugs, followed by a big F.U. All because of Miller's blind spot. A back door into Mother Base no one suspected. You remember a certain scientist? Hewitt was responsible for bringing the inspection team on board, giving the enemy a perfect opportunity to hit you at home. You were returning from Cuba when it happened. Mother Base came damn close to taking you with it into the Caribbean. Those of your men out on assignment returned right away. They refused to believe the wreckage in the water they found was Mother Base. They checked the coordinates again and again, until reality finally settled in. You were supposed to die that day. That was XOF's primary objective. As far as most folks know, you did. The first doctor to see you wasn't even sure what he was looking at. Before they even finished operating, your men moved you to that hospital in Cyprus. It was a woman named Eva who arranged that. Rings a bell, huh? Most men in your condition would have been written off right from the start. But you survived. You went straight down to hell, and they pulled you out. Your eye wide open. Full of venom. The days of naked Snake are long gone. Welcome back, Venom Snake. This world still needs you. Here, Snake, try this on. A prosthetic arm. Yeah, Miller was calling it the arm that wasn't there. The physiotherapy's going well. Your arm's bulked up enough for it to fit. There. Perfect. A little time with it, and it'll work better than the real thing. What do you think?
I can still feel my real arm.
Well, you better get used to this one quick. You have any pain?
Every now and then.
Where?
My fingertips. My left fingertips.
Sounds like phantom pain. Your brain still remembers your old hand.
Yeah.
What about your vision? Can you see okay?
Yeah, at the moment.
The shrapnel in your skull is pressing on your optic nerve. I'm told any hard impact could have an effect on your visual cortex.
Yeah, the doctor mentioned that.
Your brain might process visual information incorrectly. In other words, you could have hallucinations. You might see things that aren't there, and not see things as they really are. You experience any of that?
I think so.
When?
Right after I wake up. colors look faded.
Colors, huh? Well, that's not a major concern in and of itself, but it could mean the difference between life and death in the field. You'll need to watch out for that.
I will.
All right. You should continue your physio. We'll be arriving soon. It's the last chance you'll get.
Marker placed. You have arrived at your destination.
The puppy's training is going well. There'll come a day when he'll be ready to join you on missions.
Boss.
But you know, he gets lonely easily. You should come visit him every once in a while.
Please select landing zone.
Roger.
This is P1. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is P1. On station at LZ. Gaining altitude.
Side ops list
By
updated.
connecting your iDroid to the onboard computer, you turn the chopper into your own Aerial Command Center, or ACC. Some elements of staff assignment and R&D of weapons and items can only be performed from there. Take as long as you need to consider all your options.
Please select a landing zone. Heading to Afghanistan.
visor function to your binoculars. Now you can view soldiers or POWs and get a readout on their rank or any special skills they might have. Depending on their skills, they may even be able to develop new types of weapons or items. Try it out the next time you're thinking ahead of someone.
Marker placed.
Yeah. Yeah.
The security forces must know something about the target. After you grab or hold up an enemy, try interrogating them.
Analysis sum all set shortly. The map has been updated.
You gotta extract him.
Analysis complete.
Обследуйте сектор. Но осторожно. Конец связи.
Сюда! Готов!
Extraction failed.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Нужен подавляющий!
You gotta extract him. So your suppressor is worn out. That gun will be as loud as any other now. If you have to shoot, be careful. neutralize an enemy without killing him, you can then Fulton extract him. Once we've extracted a soldier, we should be able to convince him to join us.
You have arrived at your destination.
Could be
updated.
just what we need to develop new weapons and equipment.
Base. Development project has been added.
Ocelot, I hear they started calling you Shalashaska in Afghanistan. What's that about?
You know the term Sharashka? It's slang for a suspicious, hastily thrown together organization. The word became associated with a type of forced labor facility in the Soviet Gulag system. OKB scientists and engineers who'd been convicted of crimes were sent to a Sharashka for forced R&D. The Sharashkas were supervised by Lavrenti Beria of the NKVD, the secret police, under the official name 4th Special Department.
Forced research? That's not very different from what we do here.
Diamond Dogs is different. Everyone here believes in you. Regardless of where they came from or why they're here, they revere you. And they're fighting because it was their choice.
And if it wasn't, they'd leave.
Who knows? That's our reality here, whether it's real or not. If there's another truth, I don't want to know it. All that matters is that's the concept that's taken shape in their heads. The traces of a group ideology, our superstructure, to put it in Marxist terms.
All right. Go on.
Right. So anyway, at some point the enemy started calling me Sharashka. This was after the war in Afghanistan broke out. While I was keeping an eye on you in that hospital, I was also heading up interrogations here. The men I broke gave up their comrades and families, everything they wanted to protect them most. No real cause for it. I just let myself get caught up in the old Russian pride. And suddenly I received the honor of becoming Special Interrogation Advisor to the forced labor camps. But the more men I interrogated, the more people saw me as just that, the interrogator. It helped cover my real objective of keeping you safe.
You went that far for me.
Far enough to keep you alive. I ended up being pretty well known among the Afghan guerrillas. Some of them would have seen me on the battlefield, and that's how I got the second half of the name. Shashka. It's a sword, a type of saber from the Caucasus. Russian dragoons and Cossacks carry them into battle. Now, the Russian Empire had a general by the name of Fyodor Arturovich Keller. His bravery earned him the nickname Russia's Greatest Shashka. Someone must have known about that, because somewhere along the line, Shashka got stuck on the end of Sharashka. The guerrillas were using the name amongst themselves. By the time I got to hearing about it, pronunciation had wound up as Shalashashka.
So half Gulag, half hero sword. Is a perfect fit.
Rumors and ideas about people can get out of hand fast. Once you create a character and put it out there in public mind, it warps and twists with every baseless rumor. And before you know it, all people see are phantoms. In my case, it works out just fine. I'm plenty used to working under aliases.
Guard post captured.
Attach the Fulton recovery device to him. The chopper will then pick him up. A full extraction success rate depends on factors like the individual's. Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Boss, the Soviet engineer is being held prisoner at the Waksin barracks. You need to find him and get him out. He tried to defect from the base camp up north, but it didn't work out. Now they're holding him at Waksin. He's offered his technical skills to us as long as we can guarantee his safety. You have to extract the target. Boss, your target just happens to be the man who developed your prosthetic hand. He's the only one capable of maintaining it. That's the Waksin barracks. The target is somewhere inside that outpost. The Soviets consider him a traitor now, so he'll be treated like any other prisoner.
The map has been updated.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Please specify a project. Please select a drop point. Supplies requested. Supply drop complete. Please specify a project. Please specify a project. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. You have arrived at your destination. analysis
Это КП,
complete.
понял. Будьте начеку. Выгрузите врага. Конец связи.
В чем дело, парень? Жуку!
КП, везущие! На нас напали враги! Побеждаем присутствие противника! Это КП, понял. Будьте начеку. Выгрузите врага. Конец связи.
Эй! Ты в порядке? Что это?
Поиск закончены. Противник не обнаружен. Прием. Это КП, понял. Будьте бдительны. Не позволяйте им напасть на вас. Конец связи.
Что?
You gotta extract him.
102, что случилось? Ответьте, 102. У нас проблема. Тревога по всем постам.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Осмотрели сектор, ничего не нашли. Отзываем поиск. Прием. Это КП, понял. Будьте наготове. Конец связи.
Find the target in the Waksin barracks and get him out alive. Just fine.
Obtained.
Analyzing the intel file you picked up. We've got a fix on the target. I've updated your map info. Check it on your iDroid. suppressor is worn out. The gun won't be as loud as any other now. If you have to shoot, be careful.
Понял. Будьте начеку. Выключи врага. Конец связи.
Analysis complete. Outpost captured.
Ответьте, Суэдин. У нас проблема. Тревога по всем постам.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
You have arrived at your destination. Plant expansion complete.
Boss, you've entered a building. Always keep an escape route in mind when you head indoors. If you get surrounded, you'll have nowhere to run. That's the target.
Протез. Нет, его сделал. Это мой шедевр. Обычные протезы. Это скучно.
Great. If there's nothing in the way of her head, you should be able to fold him.
Я создаю биомеханические гибриды.
Target extraction confirmed. Your objective is complete. Exfiltrate out of the hot zone by chopper or on land.
Суэдин, что случилось? Ответьте, Суэдин.
Sun will rise momentarily.
You destroyed their anti-air radar? It wasn't one of the targets. That's put a hole in their air surveillance. The shuttle will be able to get in close now. You can designate a landing zone near the outpost.
РКП, понял. Метод проверки. Ставить оперативную сборку. Конец связи.
Let the support unit help out if you need to restock. Transmit a request from your iDroid and I'll send supplies right away.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Extraction arrived at Mother Base. exfiltrated
That's
off.
it. You made it out of the hot zone. No sign of the enemy. Mission complete, boss.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Development project has been added.
Mission complete, boss. The engineer we rescued has been extremely cooperative. The guys on the R&D team are glad to have him aboard. Thing is, his specialty isn't mechanics, but something called bionics, engineering based on biology. He's already submitted a proposal for modifying your prosthetic arm. If you're interested, go ahead and give the development order.
Side ops list
When
updated.
you're on a mission, use that free time wisely. Surveying enemy outposts, for example, or gathering manpower and resources. And of course, even you need some downtime every now and then. Whatever you do, it's all another step on the road to our goal.
Please specify a project. Police supplies requested. Supply drop complete. Marker placed. Marker removed. Marker placed. Marker placed. Staff assigned. Please select a support helicopter requested.
Yeah.
Analysis complete.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LD. This is B-Quad. On station at LD.
Buddy launching aerial operations.
Warning.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
So Assault 2 still hasn't gone into effect.
That treaty was drawn up to limit not just the size of the U.S. and Soviet Union's nuclear arsenals, but also their delivery systems. The whole deal. That's when we thought all those years of negotiations had paid off. Somebody decides to invade Afghanistan. The timing couldn't have been worse.
The president was in the middle of Assault 2 talks back then.
Maybe while you were busy trying to stop Peace Walker? I heard. President Ford was meeting with the General Secretary in Vladivostok. In his absence, the political brass in America detected what they didn't realize was false nuclear launch data from Peace Walker, and were on the verge of ordering a retaliatory nuclear strike.
Coleman's big idea? Humans are incapable of destroying themselves. Turns out he never knew what humans are capable of.
If that AI, the boss, hadn't found a way to stop the fake data transmission, they probably would have gone ahead with the launch.
Deterrence was revealed as the pipe dream it was.
All thanks to you. And her. The U.S.-Soviet talks looked set to fall through. What happened in Nicaragua no doubt helped trigger a change of heart. But in the end,
The time's define the politics. When you grab their tail, they turn and bite your hand.
I first met you 20 years ago now. The place was Selenoyarsk in the Soviet Union. We were enemies. I was with the GRU. You were still fighting for America. 1964. Operation Snake Eater. Its objective? The assassination of a legendary soldier known as the Boss. When you returned home successful, they awarded you the title Big Boss. Your CO.
Boss, that puppy you saved?
Boss, we don't have enough medicinal plants.
Starting to get a little crowded around here, boss.
Boss, thank you for making me a diamond. I look forward to serving under you. Boss! Boss, how about
get a little crowded around here, boss.
Please specify a project. Please supplies requested. Supply drop complete. Please specify a project. Please select a landing zone. Landing zone.
Roger.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Karras, what about the units that attacked the civilians? You knew something about them.
That wasn't my first run-in with them. It happened right before I was captured by the Soviets. We were on the zero line that day. The Afghan side. On our way back from training Mujahideen at Al Camp, province. There's a lot of that work in Afghanistan. Most PF shy away from it because it draws too much attention. But for us, that was the whole point. The job itself went great. We just had to make it back to a tribal area in Pakistan. But all of a sudden, visibility got real bad. It was no sandstorm. Our point man gave a strange report. He said he could see skulls in the mist. Skulls? The next moment, he went silent. We scrambled in formation right before his arms and legs came raining down on us. It was always supposed to be a dangerous mission, so I had Diamond Dog's very best with me. We were calling out to each other. But one by one, their voices just went dead. Whatever happened to me, I lost consciousness before I knew it. When I came to, I was in a Soviet camp, tied to an interrogation chair.
Could they be some Pinastas unit?
No. The ones that interrogated me were just the average rank and file. Whatever group attacked us, the way they moved was just insane. And that mist appeared out of nowhere. The Soviets don't attack like that.
If they did, I've heard about it.
I doubt the West does either. Otherwise, the folks at Langley would be sleeping a lot easier.
Why they come after you?
Wish I knew. I'm the only one who survived. Though I don't think they planned it that way. If I was their target, it wouldn't have just handed me over to the 40th Army. Whatever the case.